Ken Trahan with Lenny Vangilder. It's the first NBC weekend recap of a big weekend this past weekend, which, of course, had a big tournament in New Orleans, the SEC basketball tournament, won by Vanderbilt, which won them a number 5 seed, but Lenny did not impact Kentucky, who remains the number 1 overall seed in the tournament.
Well, as you looked at it, Kentucky lost in their tournament, Syracuse lost in their tournament, North Carolina lost in their tournament. So had the others won, maybe we would have seen a change. Had Syracuse gone all the way on and won the Big East, yeah, perhaps Syracuse is the number 1 overall seed this morning. But regardless, I mean, I think in the end it's going to be better for John Calipari's team to have lost, kind of refocus going into the NCAA tournament. That was not indicative of the best team in the country, what we saw at Kentucky. They struggled for 30 minutes against LSU before putting them away. They struggled for 30 minutes against Florida before finally winning that game, really only by 3 points, and then, could never put Vanderbilt away, and Vanderbilt closed, which the other two teams could not do, and did it. It was interesting. On Wednesday, I had a conversation with Joe Dean Jr., the son of the legendary former LSU Tiger player and athletic director. And I said, what's it going to take to beat Kentucky? And he went through the whole punch list of what he thought had to happen. He said the one team I think has the best shot to do it is Vanderbilt. And sure enough, he was right.
Well, obviously, we'll see. Kentucky is still the favorite to win it all on most fronts, and understandably so. And yet, certainly, they're a beatable team, as was proven by Vanderbilt. Good tournament, good turnout, largely thanks to Kentucky, and a precursor to the Final Four in New Orleans here in just a few weeks now. And we'll see how many of the chalk teams hold up. With regard to the Saints, it's deadline time for free agency. We'll find out if anything happens on the Carl Nicks front in particular, since he basically sounded a salvo like he was leaving as of last Friday.
Well, I don't think he's gotten a serious offer, and that's, obviously I think Mickey Loomis and Sean Payton's first focus, outside of what's going on from the bounty perspective, had to be on trying to get a deal done with Drew Brees. When they couldn't get that done, they put the tag on Brees. Now that maybe has given them a little time to do some things. They've tried to free up some money, restructuring a couple of deals. And even with that, I still don't think they have enough money to do what they want to do with Carl Nicks or with Marcus Colston, short of releasing some guys. Will some of those things happen between now and 3 o'clock tomorrow? Perhaps. And that's when the new year starts for the NFL. And if you're not signed back by your current team, of course, you become a free agent at that point. So if they can get some things done, maybe we see some things happen here in the next 24 to 36 hours.
And I think you hit on it. I think that's what gets lost in translation. I sound like a movie now, is the fact that the Saints don't have money. They're pretty well tapped out from the standpoint of what you can spend. And unless they restructure things, then they cannot do what people would love them to do, which is to sign Carl Nicks and to sign Marcus Colston. Now, with restructuring and possibly releasing some players, they could re-sign at least one of those guys.
Absolutely. And, I mean, the deals they made last week with Jari Evans and with Will Smith freed up about $9 million in cap space. Didn't cost them anything. Basically, all they did was take their salary for this year, turn it into a bonus, agree to pay them the minimum this year. Nothing really changed in that regard, but by making it a bonus, it's able to be spread out over the life of the contract, so you free up some cap money in that regard.
The Hornets open a 3-game homestand tonight against the Charlotte Bobcats, a bottom feeder team that you really need to beat at home, but do you really want to beat them? Do you want Charlotte to catch you in the standings?
Well, exactly. What happens there? Of course, it's going to end up all, ping pong balls and things like that, and all you're doing is potentially giving yourself some more ping pong balls. Maybe the key game of the homestand is Thursday night when the Wizards come to town, because they're a team that's basically been neck and neck with the Hornets for the second worst record in the league. That could help dictate who is second, who is third in terms of those ping pong balls. I think Charlotte's clearly established themselves as the worst team in the league. Oh, by the way, the Lakers come to town in between on Wednesday.
Yeah, and they're playing well, too. So you got the 2 bottom feeders, teams you can beat, and then you got the attractive team to the general public. Let's see what kind of attendance the Lakers are able to produce on a weeknight. I think it's critical because the ownership situation still in flux. Hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen, but not nearly as soon as many said it would. So stay tuned for that as well. And congratulations to all the state champions in high school basketball, and in particular from our neck of the woods, the John Curtis boys and girls. That's not just a football school.
No, how about that? Football, boys and girls basketball. When's the last time that has it ever happened? I don't know, but that is extraordinary. And I mean, you're right. They're not just a football school. It's a good academic institution as well as a well-rounded athletic program. It's not just about football around there.
Don't forget to catch SportsNOLA TV Monday night, 6 p.m. on WHNO, Channel 20. You'll want to check it out. Mark Schlesinger of UNO will be with us also. We'll visit with Rich Monty, so we'll talk about the NCAA basketball tournament as well as watching what's going on with the Saints and Bountygate. Lenny, as always, a pleasure. Thank you for joining us.
Go fill out your brackets. We'll see you at the end of the week.
This has been the first NBC Weekend Recap, and I'm Ken Trahan for Lenny Vangilder. Have a great day.